Good morning and welcome to December, the December Daily Advent 2025, Day 28 for the Tracie Fox December Daily collaboration. I'm excited to be part of this. I will admit that once I received my invitation and the instructions of what day, what digital I was supposed to use. It was this one. The kit that, it's the Festive Dispatch kit, which is gorgeous. Those of us who are in the collaboration, we received papers from Tracie that have numbers. The kit does not have those numbers. This is the postcard that I was assigned, and Tracie's instructions were to use the assigned day as your base, as your background. And sometimes I get too literal, and because it's a postcard, I thought, well, I have to make it a postcard, a usable postcard. And then I was thinking, well, the 28th of December is after Christmas. And so I became a little bit like unsure of what I wanted to make. So I started printing it out on this page, out on various substrates. And this is regular cardstock. And I printed it on, I have so much stuff here on my desk. This is fabric. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this, but I will definitely do something with this. This is acetate. You can see that one that I was assigned is missing, and to be honest, I don't know what I did with it. I printed it on vellum, and I printed it on tissue, what's actually the part of a napkin. You know, when you get a napkin and you peel it apart, this is the part that most people throw away. I kept it, and this is my Day 28 there. And what I decided to do was to make an ornament, and to have one ready as a prototype. This is what I came up with. I have these. You can purchase these on Amazon. They're wooden ornaments. They're just fresh. They're cuts, and they're unpainted. I put just a coat of gesso on it, and then I used this poinsettia, and but then I thought, gee, it's an ornament, and I decided I needed to stop worrying about what day of the month it was and just go with making whatever I felt like making. And there's a lot of people celebrate Christmas until the 7th of January, which is Epiphany, and there's the 12 days of Christmas. And so anyway, and some people maybe you're celebrating later in the month because of family being away from each other. So I'm just going to go with this. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get into the video. I don't want it to be terribly long, but I'm going to do a quick show you how I did this one, and then I'm going to try to show you some other ideas that I had for this make as well. Okay, so if you don't have these wooden pieces that you can purchase, as I mentioned, you might be able to just cut something out of cardboard and do the same thing. It's just a decoupage way of doing it, and I did this a real easy way. As you can see, my printer, well, this like I said, this is napkin fabric, and I don't know, but there's a line there. I don't really care that that line is there. I painted the background white because it shows up better. The image will show up better. And what I did, normally I would use Mod Podge, which I will get that out. Okay. I use this giant jar of Mod Podge. You could use matte medium too. And to make this go a little quicker and for ease of doing this, what I did, let's get these things out of the way. I don't want to mess up any of these, is I put glue stick. I just added glue stick. See, my hand frame here, yes. Okay, I just rubbed the glue stick all around the disc. And then I took the piece that I want. You can, an easy thing to do is to make this wet and to cut out, to tear the image out of this napkin paper. And I'm going to cut it. Okay. And then I just kind of try to, I apologize for the glare, the light here. I have a window to my left, and the sun is just pouring in, which I'm grateful for, but it does make this difficult to do. I'm going to smooth that down, blend it in with the piece, and then I'm going to take, if I can find one, there we go, an emery board, a nail file, or if you have sandpaper, and I'm just going to go along the edge of that napkin and the edge of the ornament and just keep hitting it like that, and this will start to tear away. I didn't get that as low as I wanted it to be. I have a little bit of a white edge there. It's not a big deal though. At least not for me, it isn't. There we have it. Now to seal that in, what I want to do is I want to reopen the area where that hole is. So I'm going to come in from the back side. Sometimes when you paint it, you can open up the hole. There we go. One of the problems I'm having right now is I've somehow started this without having my glasses on, which is not a very good idea. There we go. And there we have it. We have the poinsettia there. And as far as this white goes, if you noticed on wherever it got to now, oh here, I did bring some of the white down into the edges of the bark on here, and so you could do that, it wouldn't matter. Also, you could rim this with a gold or some kind of wax like these, but first I want to put some, I'm going to decoupage the top. I'm going to put a little bit of the this on the top of this, and this just to seal it in really well. Now I'm just going to let that dry. I'm going to get my glasses. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Now I did see that I have a little bit of somehow this piece of unwanted paper got there. Oops, it dropped here again. There, got it off. And I'm going to put a little bit more Mod Podge on that to kind of cover that up. And we just let that dry. And of course, you know, nobody wants to sit here and wait for that to dry. So I'll carry on with the other piece while that's drying. I took a thin piece of ribbon, it's wired ribbon, and put that through here and just kind of tied a knot in it. You can hang a Christmas tree hook on there. And as I mentioned, there's this luster wax, and you can use your finger, you can use a dauber, you can use sometimes a makeup sponge, one of these, to if you don't want to get it on your fingers. Anyway, you just get it on here and just gently go across the edges. And we have to let that dry. It dries fairly quickly. And as I said, you could take white paint, or I actually have a chalk, one of these chalk markers, and I believe that's actually what I used. I think I just went around here and then just rubbed it in. Use what you have. Use white paint. If you have ink, you could put, you could splatter it with white paint and give it, like, you know, any kind of splatter, white or black or whatever you like. Anyway, there's the thing that's nice about it is there's 4, but actually if you get her kit, there's so much in the kit. You could make tons of ornaments, beautiful ornaments, and this is just an easy, quick one that I thought I'd share. And as I said, you can hang these off of packages, hang it on your tree, just a cute little gift. And I thought this was, I love the poinsettia, so there's that one. Then I thought, well, what else could we do? So let's get to the next one here. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Alright, so the next thing I decided to make was this. And I love it. It's a tag folder, a tag booklet. You could go on and make a double one and make it, there'd be 6. You could have it for the 12 days of Christmas to do this. Anyway, I loved it. In the kit, you will see that there's a page that Tracie has. I don't think I have let me see if I have one here that I didn't cut. No. Anyway, she has the tags, and she used it's a set of tags. It's 3, and it's the holly berries. and she has them, they're made, they look like postcards, but she put them in this tag shape. Well, I think they're gorgeous, and I decided then to take the poinsettia tags and make them the same way. I printed them out, and of course they're smaller. I always print to size, and my tags and things are good. They're going to be smaller than Tracie's. So these postcards were. Let me see if I have. Here's one of the postcards here. So what I did is I printed them out and I reduced it a little bit and to fit on the I cut out from her. I printed out the check, the red and the green check she has in the kit. Used that as the base. Then I printed these out at, I believe it was 85%, and made them into tags and glued them on here. Then I took the pockets that come in the kit. These are the pockets, as you can see. Here's this one, and I reduced it 75%. And if you're wondering, well, how do you do that? You'll have to look in your print, on your printer, to see. I have an HP printer, and when you click on the print, there's other settings. You go into the other settings, and there's a place usually that you can scroll down to, and it says scale or resize. In there, you should be able to actually type in a number. You can make it 95%, 70%. You can make it whatever you want. And you might have to fool around, and just like I did, to figure out what's going to work for you and your printer. So I printed out these pockets to fit on the tags. I didn't want them to cover the entire tag. I wanted to be able to see some of this postcard. You can see this here. So I wanted to be able to see the postcard. So I printed those out, and then I printed out my assigned poinsettia page. I printed those out again at 75%. And then I backed them. I double printed them with the check on the back. Well, actually, I did not. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did. They're on this, and then I made this greeting for the back of the postcard, as if you could really send this. It's a little too small to send for real, but because Christmas is over, I thought, well, let's do a New Year postcard. So, wishing you a wonderful New Year is what I print out. I do actually have this available for free on my Ko-fi. If you're interested in playing with this at all, you can go there, and I'll have that link underneath this video, and with all the other links to things that are going on with this collaboration. And you can print that out for free, and you can play with it and use it at different sizes as well for the back of your postcards if you so choose to. And then I wanted to stick them inside here. I don't have them all made. I'm going to go through her kit and find some other cards, because I'm using these more like a cabinet card, but they're small for that too. But you could actually put a little note on here. You could punch a hole in it. You could put it on a gift or as a tag, and you just could send this whole thing to somebody for the new year as a Happy Meal. And then I decided to take just regular fabric. It escapes me what this is called. Muslin. And tear that and just make little hinges. And as you can see, I glued half of it. It's very thin. It's a very actually half of this half of this is what I used to go between these hinges. And I glued this part on the front of this one, and then on the back, so that the fabric was not on both on the same side. And anyway, this is my card. This is my postcard. And I decided then to cover, because there was writing on here, I decided to cover it with one of the many pieces of ephemera that's in the kit. So that's what I'm doing with that. I'm not finished with it. I'm going to keep on working. I did not want to finish this on camera. It takes me forever to work out these things how I want to do them, and I know you don't have all that time either. And then there's one other thing I wanted to share that I'm doing. It's when I first had the thought, oh, I'm going to have to do postcards. I thought, okay, this is the size they printed out for me, and but anyway, I've decided what I'm going to do. This is going to be a booklet that I am going to make this a folder to hold these postcards. I'm going to sew this together. As you can see, I've inked around here. I've printed out one of my backs, postcard backs, at a larger size. This, I believe, is 85%. And I'm going to put a backing on here. And I'm going to glue that on there, glue this on here, and of course ink around it. And then these will be inserted in pockets, and I'm thinking about maybe using either one of the other printouts that I did, either I can't think what it's called, this acetate. I'm either going to use the acetate or I'm going to use the vellum, and I'm going to create, like, I'm going to sew this on and make pockets. I think the acetate will be stronger and be able to hold it, and I will insert these, that's what I'm going to attempt to do, into this little folder, and this is going to contain the four postcards that came with the kit. Anyway, this is, of course, I love this. I love how this turned out. And I love the colors, I love the look, I love the patterns. I just think this is beautiful. And I thank Tracie for allowing me to be part of this collaboration. I hope that I've given you some ideas of what to do with the kit. There's so much in it. It's so beautiful. The pieces are gorgeous. You can embellish this. You don't have to put anything on them. They're so gorgeous, but you could keep adding things to them if you wish. And anyway, it's a gorgeous kit, and I hope that you're enjoying the collaboration, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and now I want to say Happy New Year. That's it. Bye.